Nessa girl, listen. Now, it's Tuesday morning. I know y'all wanted me to talk about the thing. I wanted to talk about the thing yesterday, but I got a hot lot going on. Y'all got to bear with me. I'm traveling. But y'all need to understand something. In the midst of me filming 2 shows and not getting no sleep and missing flights and being canceled and all this type of stuff, I got information. Because I took my ass down to the nearest Amazon, baby, and I ordered me 10 folding chairs. Want to talk about it? Here you go. Nessa girl, I'm not going to bore you with the petty details of why I'm late with the video. Just know that I may not come when you want me, but I'm always on time, just like the ancestors. Listen, when it comes to this Montgomery Riverboat situation, there are just so many offshoots and sub-conversations that we need to have, and I am going to start with entitlement, all right? Now, I hate when you see a situation that's complete devastation to the nation and didn't even have to be. It's the entitlement for me. It's the entitlement for me. And I've always said, I want to know what it would feel like for me to wake up one day and be able to navigate the world from a mental space and energy of being conditioned socially and culturally to believe that my wants, desires, and comforts are the only thing that matters at any moment in time, regardless of law or being courteous to anyone else around me. What I want comes first, and everybody else can just wait. And that, my friends, we call entitlement. It's called entitlement. Now listen, we're going to break this thing down and we're going to make concessions and allowances where necessary. Not excusing away bad behavior, but we're going to dissect this thing. First things first. Montgomery, Alabama, from what I'm hearing, what's going on over there between the political mess with the mayor. I've been hearing that they've been doing some gerrymandering over there, trying to redistrict situations to disenfranchise voters and manipulate voters to get the white mayor reelected or get the white mayor voted. It didn't work. Black mayor got elected. So I heard as a result of that, there's some tensions. I heard that there's some Trump stuff going on. There's some tensions. And then there's just a racial bloodline and a racial division that runs through Alabama and the Deep South, period. We're going to start there. Now then, listen, this particular day, I don't believe nobody came out their house with the intentions on starting no mess. I feel like the white people family, the Todds, they said they were going to go out and have them a good old time on the pontoon. And the black folks might not have owned no pontoon, but they said they're going to go down there and pay their little $15.99 to get on the Harriet, have them a couple Budweiser, slap 5, have a good time, and do the cha-cha slide for an hour or 2 around the river and come on back in. And that's all the people was trying to do, was come on back in. Now here is where the entitlement comes in. Buddy says, y'all cannot park y'all boat here. We need to park this big commercial vehicle here. It is beyond obvious that this is not a private dock. You can't just park your private vehicle here. Whatever was on the other side of that dock, they wanted it. Whether it had been ice, hot dogs, the bathroom. But they did not want to listen to the rules. Now, anybody who's been on a commercial boat situation know like this, these people probably got more people waiting to get on, or it was time to get off, whatever the case may be. And regardless of what it is they had to do, that was their spot. And because y'all broke the rules and somebody tried to give y'all some type of consequences or get y'all out the way because you were inconveniencing a whole boat of load of people, over 100 people, to accommodate y'all, things went left. The black security guard got off the boat. He went to move it. You ran up on him and hit him. Now listen, there are multiple things going on, right? All right. I think, and this is just me speculating, I think them white boys was drunk. They saw that black man maneuvering their boat and it enraged them. All right. Now, when people are drinking, emotions are heightened. What you feel deep down inside comes out, and people do stupid things. I really don't think this would have happened had alcohol not been involved on the side of the white folks. But then again, who knows? At any rate, they coming down the dock, they see somebody moving a boat. Hey man, don't be touching my stuff. That's anybody's natural response, despite the fact that they're in the wrong. Then the guy decides to hit him. Now here's the thing. Fights happen all the time. People do stupid shit. When it was a one-on-one, it was a one-on-one. It was wrong, but it was a one-on-one, and it didn't warrant a melee. But out of nowhere, here comes unseasoned Todd running from the left side, his cousin and his brother, and they begin to jump that man, and that's where things went wrong. There was absolutely nothing about that situation that warranted that man getting jumped. Y'all saw a black man and y'all thought it was whoop a nigga time. Because of the racial angst and what you already feel deep down inside, y'all wanted to whoop on a nigga and y'all thought that shit was going to go down. And all things constant, y'all would have whooped that man ass, got back on that boat, drank y'all Budweisers, slapped 5, ate fish, and had a good old time. And you know what? I'm not even mad that white fish got their ass whooped because you raised them damn boys. You, their mamas, their wives, their sisters, and y'all ass probably co-signed that damn behavior and undergirded day in and day out. Oh, but baby, let me tell y'all something. Today was not the day, baby, because the ants, listen, whoever the hell, it's one piece of education they need to take out the public schools, okay? Y'all need to go around and stop spreading misinformation about black people in water and that we cannot swim. Because, baby, it was 2 days ago that I found out not only do we come from royalty, from kings and queens, but we also reign supreme in the secret land of Atlantis. That is right, okay? Aquaman runs through our veins, okay? As a matter of fact, the whole Atlantic Ocean and all the rivers and the streams is diluted with the blood of the slave, okay? Yes, God, honey, the fish belong to us. The algae belong to us. You see when we get our food stamps, bitch, we go get crab legs and lobster. Because why? The crustaceans belong to us. They is seasoned and enriched with the hopes and the dreams of the slaves. Okay? And by our powers combined, bitch, we turned into motherfucking Captain Planet that goddamn night. Wind, water, hurt. Okay? I knew shit was about to go left when Buddy jumped off that boat. You about to get a special type of ass whipping when you make me dive into that nasty ass water. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Geography ain't my strong suit, but I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and say that was that nasty Mississippi River water, or was the nasty Gulf of Mexico and Georgia. I don't know what Gulf it was, bitch, but all of the water belonged to us, so it don't matter. Them was our ancestral waters. He couldn't get to your ass quick enough. Oh, but bitch. When that boat docked, the brothers had already had their shirt on. White people, let me tell y'all something. When you see a black woman take her earrings, her heels, her jewelry off, ask Tamika to hold her phone or her pocketbook, you better run. When you see a black man take his shirt off, yet alone a whole cornucopia of mixed hues and shades of brown and fullness in lips and gravity-defying hair and muscles sun-kissed by the gods, bitch, you better run. Let me tell you something. I ain't never seen a group of punks backpedal and pussy pop so motherfucking hard. You'd have thought, baby, it was a club on that pontoon and they was doing what? Pussy popping on a handstand. Y'all was big and bad when it was one of them. When them boys came to that boat, they just came to get a little bit of understanding. They came to get a little bit of understanding, like Escape said, and to find out if y'all had Tamika Scott $30,000 in that cooler. It was a lot of things going on. Some of the things y'all didn't even know about. See, y'all didn't even know they was looking for Tamika $30,000. But since it looked as if y'all was giving out understanding, and that's what they was looking for, they got extra mad because they thought maybe y'all had Tamika Scott $30,000, and y'all probably had hid out Kelly Price. Around y'all house probably where Kelly Price had went at when she was missing. And see, y'all don't understand all this is going on in the black community. That's why you got to be careful who you run up on, because we was already out here looking for a little understanding. And baby, that's what the hell we got. We got to that boat. Buddy ain't want none. He backed up. Bitch, he backed up from the dock and backed up to the steering. But they was like, nah, y'all was big and bad then. What's up now? Now I'm going to tell you something. The black boy slapped fire out that white boy. I couldn't hear him, but I knew he was talking slick. What Betty Wright said, talking slick was my ruin. I found out that all I was doing was making it easy for the cleanup crew. Yes, honey. And that was the crew, baby, because they worked there. They had on the uniform shirts, baby. That was the cleanup crew. To sweep up all the racism y'all left behind. The reason I know so much about them is they whooped the white boy, friend of mine. Slapped the shit at you. Then when he slapped them, they still ain't want none. And you saw Whitefish in the aqua, bitch. She ran to the back of the boat. See, white women ain't shit. Because they were... And white men, y'all going around protecting these hoes like they America's semi-precious jewel. And you saw how quickly they will run their mouth and get y'all worked up. But when it's time to go to war, what that hoe did, she ran to the bike of that boat. Now, Whitefish with the red tennis dress on, she had a little bit of heart. We're going to get to her. But the one with the aqua on, she ran to the back of that boat. The one with the aqua on, that bitch must couldn't have swam. Because as scary as she looked at the end of that boat, you'd have thought the bitch would have jumped in and just held on to the backside of that goddamn pontoon until the melee was over. Mama didn't know where to go. I don't even know how the fuck she ended up on the damn dock, and I don't know why she didn't stay on the boat, because sitting on the dock of the bay, watching her friend's ass roll away, ooh, then she got her ass whooped too. But it was when the black boys started tucking on that damn boat. The other boy on the boat said, shit, my flight response on kicking, and I think we're going to have to fight. And then white boys started coming from out of everywhere. Now, what I think happened is wherever they had went up on the dock, whether it was to get ice, get some hot dogs, they must have been coming back and seeing what was going on. And they got to fighting. Now, bitch, I'm going to tell you one thing. Either them white boys got some heart, or baby, them natty lights and them goddamn Bud Lights gave they ass the courage of 10 goddamn men. Because I would have came over in my cleanest time was, guys, what's going on? What's going on? That's the spirit I would have came. And let me tell you something. You got to know when to hold and when to fold. I don't give a good goddamn who you is. You could be my mama. I'm not helping you fight 30 and 40 bitches, okay? That math is just not adding up. And the only thing that computation equals is an ass whooping and a trip to the hospital. And I got to go to work tomorrow, okay? I can't afford to be in here 3 days with no punctured kidney and no collapsed lung. And I work in visual media, okay? My eyes can't be blank. I'm already getting puffy as fuck in the face from gaining weight. My eyes cannot be blank. And my bite can't be wide because it's swole up. That's not what we doing. Baby, every ass what was on that dock got whooped. And I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, shit, I think it's some white folks on that dock that probably just got their ass whooped by association. Them people probably was just trying to walk to go feed the ducks over there under the damn gazebo and got their ass whooped because they didn't have a complexion for the protection this time around. Now, girl, we got a whole WWE situation going on down to the ground. And all I begin to hear is the thunderclap. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? Wait a minute now, what the fuck going on? It sounds real loud, what the fuck going on? We see a man with a chair, what the fuck going on? Next thing we know, Otis is tearing David ass up with that chair. Wah ba 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 ba. Wah ba 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 ba. Wah ba 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 ba. And you know, it was, you know, that folding part. Clap. Clap. And see, black people, we know about that clap. Remember when Teresa ass was at the church revival, she sat her big wide bike burly ass in that chair and it fell and it said plop. Baby, that chair was saying plop right on top of that man's head. Tearing his ass up. That man was, listen, that man was so goddamn enraged with that chair, quiet as it's kept. If he didn't see that brown skin in the peripheral and realize it was the police, it looked like he was about to hit their ass with that damn chair. Now here's where things get interesting. Whitefish in the red dress run around. Here's the thing. I really don't think Whitefish had no intention on fighting. I think Whitefish saw her man in danger. I think Whitefish intended to run around and try to break it up. I think at the point in which Whitefish saw her man getting hit, y'all would do the same for y'all man. You know, you got to bite a hand, you got to shoe a bitch, you got to mush him in the face. And what I love is that for the most part, the men upheld, we're not going to hit women and children. And the sisters stayed out of it and let the women handle it. But trust and believe, bitch, Tamika and LaShawn was standing on the sidelines waiting. Whitefish did actually what they wanted to do because they wanted to get in the fight. Oh, baby, and when you took 2 paces to that knot where they was fighting, that's all they needed to snap into action. Trust me, sis them looked at each other like this, and it was the younger sister that was on the boat that watched the kids and held the pocketbooks. You know that's how that went. Girl, watch these kids, hold my bag. They kicked them shoes off and ran right that corner. They started tearing fish ass up. And listen, I respect them black women because they didn't even tear fish ass up the way they could have. They just wanted to bike her ass bike. They just wanted to bike her bike. And here's where shit went left. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you want to know who I feel the bad for in this situation? I feel bad for the security guard, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel the worst for Whitefish that got plopped over the head with the chair. I feel bad for her, and I'm gonna tell you why. This lady witnessed her family get their ass whooped. She witnessed her man get his ass whooped. She got her ass whooped while kicking like a cockroach, bloomers all in the air, pussy smelling like catfish, funking up the docks. That lady was sitting down trying to figure out what all the fuck was going on and where was her and husband's insurance policy in case he didn't make it out this shit. Because she needed to be rich and be able to mourn in Prada. That lady was like this. And that man came with the might of the strongest thunderstorm and clapped that bitch over the motherfucking head. Do Jesus! Yes, let me tell you something. I'm sure that lady lost 2 inches of height and fractured 2 discs in her bike. Her spine has got to be on her anus at this point, the way that man clocked her ass so goddamn hard. Listen, I know that lady's scalp was like, how we get in it? Her hair follicles was like, we already thinning. Now you finna shock us and make us fall. Like, I can guarantee y'all in 6 weeks' time, that lady is not gonna have no hair from the shock of that chair. Every electrode, microbe, atom, and proton and neutron in that woman's body was rattled. Matter of fact, it might jumpstart her anti-aging process as much lightning as he shot through her motherfucking ass. Let me tell you, you want the electric chair or do you want the electric chair? Okay, bitch? Because he clapped the lightning out that whole scalp And I was here for it. I know that woman is home. You know when people go get plastic surgery, they get their facelift and they have to wrap their head with that thing like this and all this be black with the ice pack. I know that lady home on all, because you know when they get like this, they need Prozac and Xanax because they can't sleep. She on all the oxycodone, all the Xanax, all the wine. She don't went down the total wine. She on all the wine. Child probably smoking a little pot too, and just sitting up somewhere crying, playing victim, child, playing victim. And speaking of victim, I saw one video. It was a white guy, hillbilly looking guy. And here's the crafty things that white people tend to do, racist white people, because it's not all white people. Racist white people tend to do. They love to evade accountability. And the guy was saying he sees everybody's commentary, but nobody is commenting on the fact that a grown-ass man hit a woman over the head with a chair who was already sitting down. And I'm just thinking to myself, I heard about selective outrage and I heard about selective hearing. I never knew that there was selective vision. And this is evidence of the fact that people's worldview, people's convictions, their beliefs, their racism, it directly affects what it is they see and how they process what they see. A whole 10-minute melee, and the only thing that brought you to chorus and the only thing that you were able to pick out from that video was elderly white fish being clocked over the head with the chair. How interesting. Where is your commentary about young men? Y'all need to conduct yourselves appropriately in public because you can put your women, your sisters, wives, and mothers in danger. The story did not start with her getting clocked over the head. So you want to start in the middle. A lot of y'all want to start in the middle. Y'all want to do, yeah, they were wrong, but no. I hate when people start in the middle. I don't give a fuck how wrong it was, because let's not get it twisted. It was wrong. But you can't do wrong to a motherfucker and tell them how mad to get. I've been telling y'all ass that for years. I'm going to go a step further and tell you just how wrong it was. It was so wrong that even the black police had to take them down. So, Mr. White Man, to your point, yes, the black man, grown-ass man, was seen knocking that bitch over the head, and he went to jail, all right? Something that y'all never do when y'all commit atrocities against us. So, honestly and truthfully, your point has been nullified. He did something wrong. He was met with the proper justice. What's the next part of this film would you like to scrutinize? Since you want to go frame for frame and start in the middle, bitch. Since you want to go frame for frame, let's go frame for frame, round for round, toe to toe, and what, bitch? Blow to blow. Since that's what you want to do. Watch and see how their hatred, the racist ones, create space for them to explain this away and make the black people wrong. Violence is never the answer. But sometimes we're not looking for an answer. Answers are reserved for phone calls, honey. Sometimes we're looking for a solution. Violence ain't never the answer, bitch, but sometimes it's the solution. Put that on. I just came up with that. Y'all see that quote anywhere? It came from me, bitch. It just came from me. Put it on a t-shirt. Violence ain't never the answer, but sometimes it's the solution. And in this case, it's the solution. I'm of the firm belief that the only problem with a lot of people out here is that they ass just ain't been hit hard enough. And y'all have heard me say that on Fox Soul. Black people, historically, we have been mentally conditioned to be peace warriors. When we see white people fold, yes sir, no sir, be mannerable, because had we not did it in the past, we would get lynched, our houses would get burned, mobs would come for us and hang us, drag us behind cars, tar and feather us. Historically, white people have led with violence and struck fear in us to keep us in our place, keep us in order, and get us to act the way they want us to act so they can continue to secure their comforts and entitlements. I don't want to live in a world where anyone is scared that somebody is going to attack them or bring them physical harm. But you know what? Emotionally, I'm fed up, and I'm at a place now where psychologically I am of the belief that it's time that y'all racist white people begin to feel like it might not be safe for me to act this way in public because I might not make it home because somebody might jump me and beat my ass. It's time for y'all to, there's no way around it. And I hope at some point in my career that this comment doesn't come back to bite me in the ass, but if it does, I'll stand on it. And let's be clear here, because I don't ever want this soundbite to be taken out of context. I am not saying black people need to go around and beat the shit out of white people. But what I am saying is that it is time that white people begin to understand that we are not living in 1950s Selma, Alabama no more, 1950s Montgomery, Alabama anymore. And if I step to a black person or a group of black people, I might be met with violence. I might not make it home. I might be hurt. My family and my children might be affected. There may be a loss of income to my household. I might lose a limb or an eyeball or even worse, my life. We've had to walk around feeling that way forever and a day, and in many places we still have to. And it's about time y'all ass have to. And see, what happened on that dock, was the result of you guys knowing that psychologically many of us have been beaten down into believing we have to acquiesce to white people. And you were in for a rude awakening yesterday. I can assure you, every single ass what was on that dock, the next time they want to get crunk with a black person publicly or come at them on some racial energy, their ass might think again. I can assure you that Whitefish say she ain't never going nowhere down home no more. They got a folding chair, baby. She says she only going to classy-based places that got, oak chairs and fancy chairs and upholstered chairs with tufted backs. Because she's going to be traumatized forever today and hear that in her damn head and in her scalp. And ain't no amount of Pantene Pro V or Head and Shoulders gonna make your hair grow back whole. So now you finna have a headache and you finna be bald headed with that scringly mange, a little bit of scringly mangy ass humane society in need of rescuing and or adopting before it get killed hair that you had on top of your head, frowsy bitch. And I hope you went home and cussed your husband out and your sons out because they caused y'all to get y'all ass whooped and caused your other homegirl to get her ass pushed into that damn river. She was rolling, yeah. Rolling to the river. Rolling to... And then they said the woman that owned the boat. I saw a video of one of the black women who was on the boat. She was the one who pushed Whitefish in the water. Said the woman who owns the boat, and I'm assuming the woman is white, came down and fired her, fired other people, didn't even check to see if they were okay. And this black lady, she did a very heartfelt video saying, I knew this boy. We were all employees together. We grew up together. My mama know his mama. He know my kids. I know his people. And we was not finna do that. I don't give a damn about their job. She said, God got me. I don't been down on hard times. See, that's what white people don't understand. Not all black people have experienced hard times, but we are very resilient as a people. And when it comes to being mistreated for a goddamn job, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny and or rude, but shit, it's a ferry boat job in Montgomery, Alabama. The shit don't pay much. I'm pretty sure it pay the same as she could make at the goddamn Dollar General or the goddamn Family Dollar. And we know all that shit pay the same. She could walk in there on Monday and have another job on Thursday, bitch. So she ain't hurting. She got her people got her. I'm pretty sure there's somebody who's organized some type of fund to help these people out and if they need relief. And when y'all figure out what it is, please let me know, because I am definitely going to donate. All right, we not having this shit. And see, this right here is the shit historically that the slave masters and the Jim Crow era leaders did not want televised. The most dangerous thing you can do is show a group of oppressed people who have been programmed and engineered to be divided, that if you stick together, you will get a positive outcome. Oh shit, bitch. Ooh, I'm scared for y'all. Because see, here's the thing. In the black community, we like to always holler at one another. We need to stick together. That's the problem. Black people don't stick together. But I'm going to take things a step further and say, oftentimes, we have not been shown examples of what it looks like to stick together. And the way this society is engineered, it is engineered for us to be separate and divided. I'm going to give you a very prime example. Think about when you work in a corporate work environment. And they say, you know, you go down and get your coffee or the water cooler, and it be 4, 5, 6 people, black people, huddled together at the water cooler. We inherently start feeling nervous because we feel like they looking at us. They gonna think we up to something. And again, that's a vestige of slavery. If all of us are huddled up over there in the corner, we look suspicious. What are they talking about? Then you always got that one senior black person that work at the company and be like, y'all know y'all don't need to be all grouped up like this. You know, y'all know them folks watching. And what do? We separate. But any other group of people, you see the group of Asians at the water cooler huddled up, you don't think anything of it. The whole IT department upstairs is filled with nothing but Indian people. You think absolutely nothing about it. It ain't nothing to see 7 or 8 white people huddled up at work, nothing about it. But you see 7 or 8 black people huddled up in a non-black environment, and it screams something is up, even when nothing is up. That just goes to show the subtle ways we've been programmed to be divided and how it subconsciously shows up in us. So I say that to reiterate the point that oftentimes black people have not stuck together because we have not witnessed the fruits of us sticking together. But baby, we saw it that day on that dock. And now it has set a precedence. It is set with social media, it has now set a precedence. I can assure you from this moment on, every time some white boys try some shit like that, and there's a group of black people around, baby, we got the roadmap for what to do. You done fucked up. But in all honesty, I have to say thank you. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the few for the many, and y'all sacrificed yourselves to teach us a better way. We're very skilled. We're fast learners. Y'all say we have gun violence in our community and black on black crime. We put the guns down. And we picked up chairs, bitch. Okay? Girl, watch Mitch McConnell and them get the out. You watch and see some new legislation get passed about some folding chairs. Watch and see, and you watch and see by the end of the week, there be a price increase or a shortage in folding chairs. Watch them say Amazon saw an 800% uptick in folding chairs. I'm in Atlanta for the week doing Dish Nation. I already got me about 5 black ones, but I need to get me 4 white ones to match it. As soon as I get home, I'm going to order me some chairs. Nessa girl, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll call y'all hoes later. I'm probably going to call y'all back today when I leave Dish Nation. Because I need to come back and make some money to pay for all this Gucci and Burberry I bought down to the Linus Mall yesterday, girl. Bad.